Imagine boarding a plane in Ghana, expecting nothing more than a routine flight. Families waiting at the airport, pilots preparing for takeoff, passengers texting loved ones, "See you soon." But within moments, everything changes. What was supposed to be ordinary turns into disaster. Ghana has witnessed plane crashes that shocked not only the nation, but the entire aviation world. Today, we're uncovering one of Ghana's most unforgettable tragedies, revealing 3 eye-opening facts that will change the way you think about air travel forever. Stay with me until the very end, because the final fact is the most chilling of them all. When we think about aviation in Africa, Ghana often comes across as a hub of progress. Accra's Kotoka International Airport is modern, bustling, and a gateway to West Africa. But even here, tragedy struck. One of the most shocking accidents happened on June 2, 2012, when a cargo plane belonging to Allied Air overshot the runway at Kotoka International Airport in Accra. The crash ripped through the airport perimeter wall and onto a busy street, colliding with cars and tragically killing 10 people on the ground. It was one of those moments where the line between aviation and everyday life disappeared in the most devastating way. Fact number 1. The crash exposed Ghana's fragile runway safety systems. The Allied air cargo plane landed too far down the runway, unable to stop before reaching the end. Investigations later revealed that poor weather, heavy rain, and hydroplaning conditions contributed to the disaster. But here's the shocking part. The safety areas beyond the runway, which are supposed to give planes room in case of overruns, were either inadequate or non-existent. Instead of sliding into a safety buffer, the aircraft burst through walls and hit innocent civilians outside the airport. It's a painful reminder that aviation disasters don't always just affect those on board, they can devastate entire communities. Think about that. For many Accra residents, a simple drive near the airport turned into their last moments of life. The lesson here is that aviation safety isn't just about planes and passengers. It's about protecting everyone within reach of an airport. Fact number 2. The pilot's decisions during those final moments highlight the razor-thin margin between survival and catastrophe. Reports showed that the crew touched down too late, likely because of poor visibility and a wet runway. But what really stunned investigators was how fast the situation escalated. In under a minute, what looked like a safe landing attempt spiraled into destruction. Pilots train for emergencies, but in this case, they were locked in a chain of small errors and bad luck that ended with the unthinkable. Aviation experts later pointed out that this crash reinforced an uncomfortable truth. No matter how advanced planes become, human decision-making under pressure remains one of the most unpredictable variables in aviation. And this leads us to something even more eye-opening. Fact number 3. The crash revealed how Ghana, and Africa at large, struggles with transparency in aviation accidents. While investigators worked tirelessly to find answers, the release of the final accident report was delayed and difficult to access. Families of the victims and the general public were left in the dark for months, fueling speculation, rumors, and mistrust. Unlike countries where aviation boards release detailed reports openly, Ghana's investigation highlighted the challenges of accountability in African aviation. And here's the shocking truth. When transparency is weak, lessons take longer to be learned, and safety improvements are delayed, putting future passengers at risk. Now, imagine this. A tragedy that takes innocent lives on the ground, raises critical questions about pilot training and airport safety, and then struggles to deliver answers. This wasn't just a Ghanaian tragedy. It was a global wake-up call. Aviation is supposed to be the safest form of transport, but crashes like these remind us that safety requires constant vigilance, constant investment, and above all, honesty in sharing the truth. The 2012 crash may not be the deadliest in Africa's history, but for Ghana, it was a turning point. It forced authorities to rethink runway safety zones, weather monitoring, and crisis response. It reminded airlines that even routine flights can become nightmares when conditions spiral out of control. And most importantly, it showed that the victims of aviation disasters aren't always passengers. They can be everyday people on the ground, completely unaware that tragedy is about to strike. So now, I want to hear from you. Did you know about this crash before today? Which of these 3 facts shocked you the most? the lack of proper safety zones, the razor-thin pilot decisions, or the failure of transparency in investigations? Let me know in the comments and share your thoughts on how Africa's aviation system can improve. And if you found this story eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe for more powerful aviation stories, and share this video to spread awareness. Because every time we talk about these tragedies, we keep the memory of the victims alive, and we push the industry to do better. Aviation connects the world, but behind every flight is a story of risk, responsibility, and resilience. Ghana's shocking crash was a tragedy, but it was also a lesson we can't afford to forget.